ready to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Lance. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it's 2nd down. But, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And, look, they've got to play each game in.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Maurice Hurst. Never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a short return to the 6-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Lance looking to throw it. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. This one caught by Kittle. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Second and 10. Here's Eason off the play fake. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying, all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and coming.
Eason in trouble, and down he goes. Maurice Hurst in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
On second and 11 now. Lance gets this one to Juszczyk.
And there are really very few fullbacks in the NFL today that get used as weapons in the passing game. But Kyle Juszczyk, definitely one of them. Part of the reason he's been a Pro Bowler 5 years in a row.
On play action, Lance. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Lance, a give now to Sermon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action. Now it's Lance. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That'll be complete to Sermon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following a holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 3rd and long, it's Lance. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. They go play action with Eason. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. Got this complete to Racey McMath. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He's got Granson, his tight end. Left tackle Eric Fisher, the former Kansas City Chief, the guilty party. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Tackled by Emmanuel Mosley.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
6 yards left on 2nd down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 15. That one good for 37 yards. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. To the right side, this is Sermon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Lance. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment. And
got his man, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right
there. Shotgun now for Lance. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Again, it's Lance. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on first down is Lance. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now Lance. Oh, he bowls over it. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. Here's Lance to throw it. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Working from the gun, Lance. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And these two hooked up on a nice game to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Here's Lance. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
A final shot before break. Eason. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. J.J. Nelson now to return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Eason. That's caught by McMath. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Eason. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The end result, 21 yards. Score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Racey McMath, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. McCann's got it teed up. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Lance now on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Lance escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. Saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. .35 yards that time on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Play action. It's Eason. That ball caught by Campbell. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. They get the big play and half the distance on top of it.
And that's what drives coaches crazy. You already gave up the big play. Now you're going to give them more yards as a result of a penalty. Bad all the way around.
Now Eason. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tarvarius Moore able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Here's Eason to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 2nd and 10, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. On play action, Lance. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here. Sermon now on 1st and 10.
Broken tackle. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Lance now on first down. And incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, but it'll be second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Here comes Nelson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Eason off the play fake. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Eason sets to throw it. And he's got it. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I I might want to just go ahead and go for something big.
Oh, come on, you got to kick it.
I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point.
And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. Looking to throw. Eason. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. First man through, it's the fullback Juszczyk. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And Lance going to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Sermon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. But they run once more with Sermon.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They give to Sermon out of the gun. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It was Daron Payne who got in there to make the play.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. On second down, it's Sermon. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Again, it's Sermon, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And his kick is good. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it. So the victory here for San Francisco.